Hello and welcome to another update video about Natgas. Yeah, fantastic performance of Natgas. I'm so pleased that we finally get out of this boring range and finally start that impulsive part of the C wave that we've been waiting for. For anybody who's new on this channel, and I guess that quite a few people will start to get interested right now in Natgas again. Let me tell you, our primary scenario is that this here is an A wave, this here is a B wave, this low that happened in April, and that we're now in a C wave of a wave 4 correction with a breakdown in a wave 5 later. This is still the primary scenario, that we still get this one more low. This just looks like a flat structure, okay? And the C wave is unfolding as an ending diagonal, but within the diagonal we have small impulses, and it seems like we have one impulse working out finally right now. The wave count basically hasn't changed for months. Since we've entered this range, the idea was that we are in a C wave of a wave 4. The subdivisions sometimes change. That's, just the microstructure. But overall, we've been focusing on higher levels for months. It has been extremely boring though. And what I would like to do in this video is just to tidy up the microstructure here a little bit and take a look at where we are and where we could be landing. Okay, so this is generally the overall target range that we've been communicating already I think in April for the wave 4, and we finally arrived. I mean, it's been a while, right? It's been a while, but yeah, it was, we don't want to change the wave count if we don't have to. So currently it's just being followed. It's going pretty much according to script. And in this C wave, the C wave is a 5-wave move. You see the main subdivisions of this C wave here: wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. This can stretch out a little bit further, but overall, ideally, we do not move above $4.52. If we do, and especially if we do that in 5 waves, then something more bullish might be at play. But that doesn't matter now, because the forecast is anyway still for rising prices, okay? Rising prices, and after we have this 5-wave move to the upside done, which would be the C wave, we would expect lower prices, new bear market lows. However, if in the pullback afterwards the price is holding a higher low, then we can get more bullish. So what I will do anyway, after we have seen those 5 waves up, so the C wave is a 5-wave move. After we've seen those 5 waves up, I will provide a support area that the price in a more bullish interpretation must not break below. It will not be the primary scenario, but you might still want to make a bet based on reward to risk, okay, when we get into this region. But at the moment, a more bullish scenario, which would take us to new highs, yeah, and this scenario, which is our primary, they are basically mirror counts anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The forecast is on higher prices and has been for a while, especially as long as we hold this ascending trend line. Last potential trend reversal area and potential pullback trade entry point was here down there at $2.57. Fantastic performance in just a few days. So my interpretation is that of this August low, we had a 1-2 setup and another 1-2 setup, yeah. And the idea is that we're now still, yeah, based on this performance, that we are still in a third of a third wave rally. There's no sign of stopping. And what we do typically in a third wave is we don't tell you really when it's stopping, because they can always extend, okay? They can always extend. I've been saying this, in the past many times, that the mindset in a third wave rally needs to be that they do extend. They get extensions, they get longer than you would expect. That's a characteristic of a third wave rally, especially a third of a third wave rally. So we did talk about in one of the last videos that, if this really is a third wave now, the next move up, we should see an aggressive move. And that's exactly what we see. And we knew also that what the resistance levels were, and when they broke, obviously it started to go really. Now, the real support that we need to be tracking is $2.96. As long as that level is holding, the forecast can be on higher prices still. $2.96. And at some point we get this wave 4 pullback. Ideal target would be $3.06 for that. And then we should get a wave 5 of 3, and then another 4, another 5, and it should escalate higher like this. Looking at this third wave here, I mean, we need to understand what kind of fib extension we've now reached. Minimum target is normally the 1.618 extension. Now the next extension level is $3.40. Let's see if we get there, maybe even today, possibly next week. That's the next extension level. We'll see if we get a reaction there and possibly a pullback in a wave 4. If it just keeps going, it just keeps going. It can always keep going against the $2.96 level. Why is that level important? Because any wave 4 pullback should hold above that level, and there will be a few wave 4s. So that means if we break below that level, then we know that something different might be going on, which consequently means that trading on the long side is going to get increasingly risky if the $2.96 level breaks to the downside. It's a very, I mean, it's not a strict rule, but it's a very, very reliable, you could say, guideline in Elliott wave that if we have an impulse unfolding, which this is, okay, so it's an overall ending diagonal, but a C wave here is unfolding within that ending diagonal, and the C wave seems to be an impulse. So if a C wave is unfolding, and that's great, because in a diagonal, if we have an impulse, you expect them to be aggressive, so that's pretty good. Yeah, if we have an impulse unfolding, we never want the 50% level to be broken, okay? Because we haven't, and also we haven't got 5 waves up complete. So once we have 5 waves up complete, we can say, okay, you know, I'm happy if this finishes at some point. But yeah, I mean, the way this looks, this should take us to the area between $3.91 and $4.52, somewhere in the middle, I'd say. From what I can see now, we are going to, you know, define that more precisely in the coming week, depending on, you know, obviously every setback will give us more precise targets because we can measure the waves accordingly. Yeah, next target was obviously this $3.40 level. Let's see if we get a setback then, and then this would be the 50% fib level. Now the area between the 23.6 and the 50% fib level will be relevant. So as you can see, there should be some more movements to the upside as long as the 50% fib level is holding. So that's my update about Natgas. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, we launched our stocks and shares service this week. It's about the, we update regularly 20 stocks, and the S&P 500 is updated on a daily basis. If you're interested in that at all, you can find a link in the video description. It takes you to Patreon, and you can read through the different tiers, what we offer, and what the different stocks are that we cover. Thanks a lot for watching. Enjoy the weekend. Bye-bye.